Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the What's the Big Deal podcast, where we don't make a big deal about one thing, we make a big deal about everything. So today is Thoughtless Thursdays, and for those of you who do not know what a Thoughtless Thursday is, we talk about something really random. I just pick out a random topic, or just do little stories like true crime, spooky, whatever. Embarrassing stories. Today, I decided to do some monster-in-law stories. So, it took me so long to find good stories. And there are a lot. It's insane to me how terrible mother-in-laws can be to their daughter-in-laws. Same with father-in-laws. There's a few father-in-law ones in here. But yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, I screenshotted these 3 or 4 days ago, so I don't remember some of them, so it'll be just as much of a surprise as it is for you, for some of them. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright. My husband got an anonymous card in the mail on his birthday. It was romantic. Something one would give to a lover. And it was signed with the words, "Love you forever." It was even scented with perfume. It caused a horrible fight when he got home, with him denying anything was going on. It caused problems in our marriage, because I couldn't get it out of my mind. Obviously. Months later, his parents were visiting, and the subject came up. His mom began to giggle and act weird. Turns out it was her. She said it was just a funny prank. Okay, this is wrong on so many levels, because first of all, it's just kind of weird to send a note like that with perfume. Okay, that's personal, okay? Putting one's perfume on a card is personal. And also, I feel like she could have totally done that on purpose to cause a fight between them, because obviously if you're the wife and you find a card, like a romantic card that was given to your husband by a woman, you're gonna freak out if you don't know who it's from. So I feel like the mother-in-law definitely could have done this on purpose. My personal opinion. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. Overall, it's just weird. Okay, this one is a father-in-law one. This one's low-key just so, okay. My father-in-law insisted on referring to the baby I was pregnant with as his name, Junior, despite having a son and the opportunity to have a name Junior himself. It was not the biggest deal until I told him to stop. And he kept going. Then he started talking about how the baby was technically 25% his and would look and act just like him. He kept trying to touch my bump, and during a very uncomfortable lunch, he started to tell me, unprompted, that he didn't understand why pregnant women were so insecure, and that he always thought baby bumps were really hot. Then he kept asking to see mine from a different angle. Just why? Why? I got uncomfortable when I was reading that the father-in-law was saying that it was 25% his. That's a disgusting way to think. That is a gross way to think. Are you kidding? Ugh. Okay, moving on. I had an ex-boyfriend whose mom would squeeze herself between us if we were sitting together on the couch. She also liked to sit on his lap. Very odd. Mothers, please, 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 please don't do this. Alright. My mother-in-law knew that her son was a pedo, and that he had gotten in trouble for taking photos of kids at a pool. Not my husband, but my husband's brother. She didn't tell us this, and we didn't know. Instead, she invited us all to stay in the same house for Christmas. Then, she looked on lovingly while my 3-year-old sat in the pedal's lap, pretended everything was just fine, and by withholding this information, she took away my husband's and my ability to keep our child safe from a predator. This happened over 12 years ago, and I still despise her for it. I think it's honestly just very disrespectful to not tell your daughter-in-law and your son that your other son is a predator. I think that is very disrespectful. Because it's her kid, not the mother-in-law's. When we went to tell my boyfriend's mother we were engaged, she immediately brought out a photo album of my boyfriend's first wedding. The disrespect and the way I would literally walk out. I better have a boyfriend that would absolutely... I would really just hope that my boyfriend would go off on his mom if she ever did that, because this woman definitely did that purposefully. Again, just the disrespect from mother-in-laws that some mother-in-laws have. I pray every single day that someday the Lord gives me the most wonderful, kind, precious mother-in-law ever. I'm so sorry for all of you who do not have a mother-in-law like that. Okay, this one's kind of wild to me. No, not kinda, it is. My ex-mother-in-law was what I considered a character funny, offbeat, and a little flaky. That is until I married her baby boy, and I realized she was nuts. It started at our wedding, which was a civil ceremony. She demanded that she'd be allowed to stand with the best man and maid of honor. Just her, not my parents. After I had kids, especially my daughter, who was her first granddaughter, my mother-in-law went even crazier. She tried feeding my daughter a peanut butter sandwich despite us telling her she was extremely allergic. Allergies weren't real, she said. As a final gesture of insanity, she broke the news to me that my husband was cheating on me. She called me one evening when she knew he was at work and said she had just wanted to congratulate him on the birth of his newest son. I was not pregnant. When I kicked him out, he ran back to mommy and moved in with her. I just gotta say, the part where the now ex-mother-in-law tried to feed her daughter a peanut butter sandwich when they specifically told her that she was allergic, that's insane. That is absolutely insane. That mother-in-law literally could have killed their child. And also, I gotta say, clearly this guy was a mama's boy. I mean, honestly, props to the mother-in-law for just letting her know that he was cheating on her. Which I would want to know if my husband or boyfriend was cheating on me. But still, she definitely did that on purpose in a hurtful way. And again, he's a mama's boy. Stay away from those mama's boys, guys. Trust me. During my wedding reception, my ex-mother-in-law interrupted our first dance and asked to cut in and only dance with her son while I sat it out. Really? You just ruined their special moment. And that woman probably dreamed from a young age of what that day and what that dance would be like for her. Every girl dreams this. Most girls dream this. And you just ruined it for her. My mother-in-law took my dog to a shelter while I was out of state with her son and had my dog put down before I got back. She told the shelter that the dog tried to attack her which I know is a lie because she was the kindest dog I've ever had. It still breaks my heart. I don't even know what to say for this one. This is terrible. I literally have no words for this one. I don't even know. My ex's mother-in-law threw a surprise party for his 30th and didn't tell me about it. I walked in with him and was just as surprised as he was. When I asked my mother-in-law why she didn't tell me, she said she didn't want me to ruin the surprise. Clearly, this ex-mother-in-law had lots of hate built up because what the frick? My mother-in-law called my dad 3 weeks before our engagement party to recruit him in helping break my fiance and I up. I can't with... Oh, why? Why are people the way that they are? If you have a problem, just keep it to yourself, honestly. Keep it to yourself. Unless you're genuinely, like, if your heart is feeling heavy because of it, you can have a civil conversation. You can have a sit-down, civil conversation. But when it comes to this, it's not your place. If they want to get married, they can get married. The disrespect from all these mother-in-laws. When I was 9 months pregnant with my first child, my mother-in-law asked me to stand up and turn around. After I did this, she said, "Ew, when I was pregnant, you could never tell from the back." I have so many things to say, and none of them are nice. First of all, way to go. Body shaming your daughter-in-law. That'll make her feel real good for the rest of her life. Honestly, I want to know what this lady looks like, because she's probably just throwing all her insecurities on her beautiful daughter-in-law. So whoever's story this is, I'm so sorry. And I bet you are the most stunning pregnant woman ever. Because what the heck is wrong with people? When my husband and I were expecting our first child, my mother-in-law demanded that we give her a girl. I explained that there was no possible way for us to guarantee that. But throughout my entire pregnancy, she continued to badger us about how the baby better be a girl. We did a little reveal at a family party, and when we found out we were having a boy, she slapped me, punched my husband, and got rip-roaring drunk. Are you absolutely...
Are you serious right now?
Are you kidding me? First of all, you can't control whether or not you have a boy or girl. And you do realize that if they have another kid, they could have a girl, but either way, I don't even know what to say to that one. At my wedding, my mother-in-law wanted her own makeup and hair artist, as well as her own changing room so that she could do an outfit change. When she was told this wasn't an option, she yelled at me for ruining her day. Now, honey, I'm speaking to you, mother-in-law. This is not your day. That was not your day. You already had your day, and I can't imagine how much of a bridezilla you were. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright guys, that was the end of this episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please comment down below. If you want me to do more of these videos, if you have your own mother-in-law or monster-in-law stories, please, please, please let me know. Comment them or send them to me. if you guys could subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. If you could like this video, share it, do whatever just to get it out there. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you guys want to, you guys can go ahead and follow my Instagram account for the What's the Big Deal podcast. That would be absolutely amazing as well. I'm so excited to do more of these videos. Thank you so much for joining me on Thoughtless Thursday, and I cannot wait to see you guys on Sunday. Bye.